Coach Red Pill is dead, apparently. Where is he? This better be true, because I haven't looked at this yet. Tucker Carlson has announced that Coach Red Pill is dead. Let me see this. I'll read it. Should I leave a snarky comment? Should I say something like, "How did women accomplish this?" Or no. We're being solemn, bros. Tucker Carlson says Gonzalo Lira Sr. says his son has died at age 55 in a Ukrainian prison where he was being held for the crime of criticizing the Zelensky and Biden governments. Gonzalo Lira was an American citizen, but the Biden administration clearly supported his imprisonment and torture. Several weeks ago, we spoke with his father, who predicted his son would be killed. So I don't know. That's just Coach's dad saying that. I don't know if I actually believe that. Coach is far too powerful and Kino to be killed by mere torture and imprisonment, chat. Don't give up hope. He may still be alive. He may be out there. If you go to Kharkiv and you say women are dogs, you might hear in the distance, yeah, but only on a quiet night, with the gentle thundering of artillery munitions in the distance, and a full moon. Women are dogs. Yeah. Okay, here let's do a poll since everyone seems to be anti-women. Let's do it. Let's do a little pollerino here. Is Coach being dead a good thing? Vote 1 for yes. Vote 2 for no. Don't vote if you're based. That's the rules every time. I'm waiting now for the results. The poll is ready. There's a delay. Cool. Okay, 110 participants in my poll. 58% say yeah, and 41% or 42% say no. It's not a good thing. I have my thing about Coach is that he's not a good person. He gave really bad. He was like a prototype for like the Red Pill guys. He was just like, he gave really bad advice. He told young men to move to Rwanda to find black wives. He went to Ukraine and effectively bought a wife, and then he didn't do a good enough job and lost her, I guess somehow in the matriarchal society of Ukraine. He was just kind of a malicious dipshit. And I knew him personally. I've spoken on the phone with Coach for like hours, and he was very bad at giving advice. He was very presumptuous. He asked me to delete his Kiwi Farms thread, and when I told him that I couldn't do that because it was a bad, not only just from like a moral perspective of should I be censoring the Kiwi Farms to enrich my friends, basically, because he was trying to get a book deal and he was afraid of the site showing up in the Google results, which goes to show you how long ago this was. But just not even from that perspective, but the fact that people would notice that the thread was being censored, and I needed help renewing my visa, and once we had this conversation, he just like completely iced me out, even though he also lived in Ukraine. I lived in Odessa, he lived in Kharkiv. So it was a little while we never actually met, but I reached out to him for help with the visa, and I offered him like a counter offer. I said I could remove the thread from Google results for a couple months for him to get his deal going if he would help me with my visa. And he said that number one, he wouldn't do that. Number two, the boat had sailed, even though he basically offered me an all or nothing deal about this. Either take my thread down or we're not friends anymore. And then afterwards, he tried to blackmail me and say and tell people that I offered to help him for my visa deal, as if it was some huge fucking betrayal. And it's like, what an absolute fucking asshole he was. Just a real prick. So I'm not gonna miss him at all. I don't know. I never understood his appeal. I guess he kind of made himself out to be like a martyr for the pro Russia in the war and stuff, but I don't know. He doesn't seem like a hero to me. I didn't look. All I said is that because he was trying to work on a book deal, I said I can remove it from results if that's what you're concerned about. Which I don't feel is that bad of an offer because the site stays up, and right now we're completely de-indexed from Google, so it didn't make a fucking difference in either way. So the E-Daddy, it's a crisis of fatherlessness where people like Coach Red Pill can somehow seem like they have insight into anything to give. Like that was his thing. It was like he sold in his insight into the world and into women and men and the dynamics of a relationship. And he was like an aged, unsuccessful old man who had been divorced like multiple times and didn't have custody of his children, even though he went to a foreign country with a weak judicial system to accomplish this and to basically buy a wife. It is the most like depressing kind of existence to live. And people still thought that he had cracked the code into women and life. Yeah. Crazy. Then he live tweeted to the world that he was going to escape into Hungary through Ukraine. If you don't know, the Carpathian border between Hungary and Ukraine is like in the mountains. So there's like two roads that cross into the EU from Ukraine into Hungary. It's a very, very small border. So what a horrific, retarded idea to announce before you left that you're in line at the on an account you know is being watched by the FSB or whatever. I forget what they call their FBI in Ukraine, but just zero IQ. SBU, sorry. Yeah, terrible.